Hi everyone, and welcome to my video series of podcasts. Something new I'm trying. I just want to find something to keep myself busy. And I'm sorry I don't look my best, but I am kind of battling an illness right now, which I'm sure many of you are. Chronic pain and fatigue are kind of my life right now. So a physical illness, relapse, and surgery, and how to handle it with DBT and mental health care. I was sitting in my room one day when I had a sudden burst of pain in my abdomen. It took me 2 hours, but then I went to the ER because it wasn't going away, it was only getting worse. It took hours to find the problem, but they thought an ovarian cyst had ruptured, and it looked like I would need at least a partial hysterectomy at age 31. That was something I was okay with, and had actually asked for hysterectomies in the past because I never wanted children. But I was always told I was too young to make the decision. But to have the decision taken away from me, so it wasn't my decision, it was my body's decision, that was a lot harder pill to swallow. So my moods waxed and waned while I was in the hospital, from crushing defeat to hopeful inspiration, and they continue to do so while I wait for my surgery date. I don't know when I'll be getting it, but I'll be having a partial hysterectomy, having my uterus and probably the ovary with the cyst removed. And that'll keep one of my ovaries so I won't begin menopause. But that's where I'm at right now, waiting for surgery date. So I was inpatient for a week, and one of the biggest factors I had on my side was my support network. 2 fellow peers, one being my best friend, and my mom spent almost all week with me. They gave me strength and held my hand when I cried. Lots of love poured through social media, my social media following on Twitter and Facebook. A group of local women, a private Facebook group, all vowed to assist me if I needed help, and have offered in many ways. I slept through the first few days. My mom took me to my first surgery consult because I couldn't drive. Unfortunately, I've run out of contacts, so I'm wearing these lovely spectacles you see here. I struggled the first few days to feed myself as I had no energy. Though I knew food would give me energy, it was too difficult to get out of bed. It's very difficult to walk from one room to another. And this has been really difficult on me. I've talked to other women who have undergone hysterectomies and found a very knowledgeable form to help me prepare for what's to come, both pre-op and post-op. Today was the hardest. I had to take time off of my job that I love, which is speaking to others about mental health. This also causes a financial setback that I'm absolutely terrified of. I couldn't stop crying. My job means more to me than any job I ever had when I was in the for-profit world. Now I really love what I do, and it hurts me so bad to have to take a step back and really care for myself. But as people keep reminding me, almost annoyingly, I need to take care of myself before I can help others. Unfortunately, something I've told others in the past as well. So here are some tips to keep it together. For one, ask for help all the time. Plenty of people will talk you through a bad episode, but they can't read minds. You have to be open and honest and not use telepathy to assume people know you need help. So I'm open and honest about when I need help or if I just want to rant, and I use social media to do it. I know a lot of people can't do that because of their jobs and the stigma and multiple reasons, or they just don't want people knowing that much about their lives. So I recommend that you join a Facebook support group for mental health or a support group for your particular condition and talk to people there. They're very willing to talk if you are willing to talk to them. One thing I've been doing is I've been using art therapy to write a lot. I'd put writing aside, even though I've always wanted to write, to work on my speaking, which isn't doing very well right now, is it? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. And I'm in pain. Give me some relief here. All right. I've been writing a lot to keep my mind up and running and working towards my long-term goals. Just because I'm on hiatus doesn't mean I will be forever, and I have dreams to pursue. So I'm continuing to do some of the back work on my dreams, which my main dream is to become a more public figure, be a spokesperson on mental illness, which I know might sound hard to believe right now, but that's what I want to do. So I'm trying to do some writing to have things to talk about, basically. One of the things I like to use is the DBT skill, radical acceptance. Dialectical behavior therapy is for borderline personality disorder, which is what I have, and so this is a very helpful skill. Sometimes I just have to sit back and take in the moment as it is with the pain and I'm suffering. And it sucks, and I hate it, but I sit there and accept it. And then I'm not fighting it anymore. It's like being in the ocean and fighting the waves versus just letting them pull you towards shore. I can often lump this skill in with comparison, where I compare my life to the life of other people in this world and see that it's not as terrible as I seem to think it is sometimes. I can't harp enough on how important it is not to cut contact now. It's really easy to get into the habit of sleeping all day, getting up, taking your pills, going back to sleep, and just continuing that cycle. So I highly recommend Peer Specialists, which is kind of a growing field here in Virginia. I'm not sure how it is in other states, but we've only recently been approved for Medicaid coverage, and that will start next year. And peer specialists are people who have lived experience with mental illness, who use that lived experience to talk to others with a mental illness. We don't give advice, but we help the person see things from another point of view. Another DBT skill I like to use is imagery. I like to slowly just close my eyes and sit back and breathe and imagine what my life would look like post-recovery of surgery. I can be back on that path to life. You can be back on that path to life. It's just going to take time. And I know it sucks right now, but it's not forever. One day you will get past this, and I'll be here to help.